Today we're going to be taking this 45-year-old busted down, no longer working brake caliper off of my 1977 Porsche 911, and we're going to be turning it into this. A shiny, fully refurbished, fully painted, almost like new brake caliper that hopefully is going to create the stopping power that I need to make this car roadworthy like it should be in 2025. So let's get into it. These things are so old and worn down, I can almost guarantee you that the pistons on the inside are no longer even functioning. I don't have a brake line wrench, but for now, this will be fine. I will work on getting one of those. And we just gotta pop out these pins, that way we can take out the retaining clip for the brake pad. And just like that, retaining clip comes out, as do the brake pads. There is definitely a lopsided amount of brake pad used, which means one of these pistons most likely is frozen, which we'll find out in a second. I'm just gonna pry out the it just wants to go right now. This is the rubber boot right in here that basically protects the piston from getting all the elements in it, and it is completely shot, which means I'm not so confident that the piston is working the way that it should be. Yeah, completely destroyed. All right, this is where the fun part begins. I say fun with a grain of salt because it can be a little dangerous. These things like to fly. So we're going to be basically filling up the chambers with compressed air, and hopefully by doing that it relieves these pistons from their homes. But we need this piece of wood here because they're literally going to shoot out like rockets. It says to do this even in the manual, so this isn't just some MacGyver thing. However, because they've been stuck for so long, when they do loosen up, they are going to absolutely fly. So do this carefully, or as careful as you can. And you're going to get a lot of brake fluid flying everywhere as well. So just slowly, like there goes one of them. As you can see, one piston already came out. This one hopefully should just kind of pop out. Let's see if I can get a good angle. All right, well, there it goes. Honestly, going forward now, the most important part of this whole entire build is pretty much just cleaning it, because they're clearly filthy, full of old brake fluid, cleaning up some of any of that surface rust or corrosion that you see maybe inside the chambers or where the pistons pretty much have a little bit of corrosion on them. See if it's salvageable, which I know this one will be just by looking at it right now. But I'll save you guys all of the cleanup process. It's just a lot of degreaser, hot soapy water, scrubbing brushes, more degreaser, just a ton of cleanup work. That's really the main thing. Some people like to split these in halves. I personally am not going to because I don't think it needs it. It's just gonna have a thorough cleaning, and then we can get into the rebuild portion of it. So I'll save you guys that because it's literally just spraying it with a bunch of degreaser and cleaning it off. You don't need to see that. All right, everything is prepped, cleaned, masked off, ready to go. Like I said, I spared you guys all of that, but just know it is ready to be painted right now. I'm going with this VHT high temperature caliper engine, whatever you want to call it. It goes up to 650 degrees. If your brakes get higher than 650 degrees, at least in this car, I feel like you're gonna have more issues than paint falling off of your calipers. But a quick few coats, then we're gonna throw some clear on it, then we're gonna need to bake them. Yes, throw them in an oven and bake it so that everything can cure. But right now, let's get some gold on there. The first 2 coats are going to be light coats, and then the 3rd and 4th you can get a little heavier, a little more medium, a little more heavy fill. Let it dry, then I'm gonna go to the clear. All right, the wind is picking up, but this is the final 3rd, 4th coat, whatever it is. I forgot to film it, but essentially it's full coverage. I think it looks great. And at this moment now we're just gonna let this dry for about 15-20 minutes, hit it with 3 or 4 coats of gloss, let it dry overnight, and then bake it tomorrow. By the way, this is one of the next projects that I'm working on, if you can see it. It's a 64 Cutlass, so got some American muscle ready to go as well. Once again, same timing with the gold, 2 coats of the light, and then another 2 coats of heavy. All right, now that we have these all finished drying and cooling down, the fun part begins. And the actual rebuild of the pistons and the seals and all that kind of stuff, it really only takes, honestly, about 5 to 10 minutes. It's not that crazy. The one thing that you do have to pay attention to is the pistons, and that's what I'm gonna show you right now. So the pistons that go inside these barrels right here, they need to be angled at 20 degrees. And the reason for that is in the book, it says it helps combat any type of brake squeal. And it kind of makes sense if you think about it. So when this is on here like this, the wheel is gonna be rotating in this direction, right? It's gonna be going like this. So the pistons, you'll see in a second, they need to be angled 20 degrees towards the rotor as it's doing this. And that apparently helps get rid of brake squeal. I have an OEM rebuild kit right here. I believe they're like $15 each for each caliper. But the first thing that goes in is this rubber O-ring seal, whatever you want to call it. It essentially seals the piston inside the housing. The book calls for rubber grease, and honestly, rubber grease was really hard to find. The benefit of having the rubber grease, which is better than normal grease, is that it is completely compatible with brake fluid. So you kind of just lather it up in here. I'm gonna lather it up on all the rubber bits and even use it as a little bit of lubrication for the pistons itself. And that just slips in pretty much just like this. You just work it in. To achieve the 20-degree angle, I just created this 20-degree little piece of cardboard. It even says that in the book. Here is where you're able to see the 2 little marks. You can see there's a little bit of a step right here, and that basically just indicates where the 20 degrees is, like that. So you slide that in, rotate it to 20 degrees, and it's as simple as that. The 20-degree mark is going to be going this way. The wheel and the rotor is going to be going into the caliper from this angle. So the 20 degrees needs to be facing towards the rotor, like this. I give this just a light little coating just to help it slide, because you don't want it to go metal on metal. As you can see, the little ledges right here kind of do go perfectly. I mean, can't get much better than that. And with everything aligned the way you want it, the next thing is to just put these dust seals on. Essentially, it's exactly what it's for. It's keeping the dust, moisture, all that stuff out from inside the barrels and where the pistons are going back and forth with friction. They only go in one way. You want to make sure any of the grease that you put on the pistons is not present on the outermost ring, because then this won't want to stay. You just slide it on over the top like this, get it down into its little home, and you'll see that it really only goes on one way. So you just got to stretch it a little bit and then get it down into its place. As you can see, it seats itself just like this, and then you use a retaining clip over the edge right here to keep it in its place. fully compressed, and you are good to go. All right, and just like that, you have rebuilt calipers for your 1977 Porsche 911. They're obviously not in the car, so I do not know how they perform yet. Hopefully the brake fluid doesn't just blow the seals out and everything like that. So it remains to be seen how my job has been done. But I'm pretty happy with the way these turned out, and they needed to be done because those pistons were stuck in there pretty badly. So just like that, 35, 40 bucks. You've got the rebuild kit, a couple bucks in paint, some extra time, and you have your brake system hopefully up to snuff. Cool. So I'll see you guys in the next one.